Hello folks, today I'm going to be interviewing Abraham Lincoln. We're going to be talking about his childhood, his teen life, his lonely life, his married life, and his presidential life. We'll be getting our information from the book In Their Own Words, Abraham Lincoln by George Sullivan.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen.
Can you tell us about your childhood and your parents?
Sure. I was born on February 12, 1809 in Hardin County, Kentucky in a one-room log cabin. We had the average amount of money in those days. My parents were born in Virginia and were named Thomas and Nancy Lincoln. They married in 1906. Sadly, when I was 9 years old, my mom died of milk sickness. Milk sickness was caused by cows eating something called white snake root, and it poisoned the milk. My dad eventually remarried a widow with 3 kids.
Wow, that must have been hard. Could you tell us about your teen life?
Sure. My older sister Sarah moved away and married. Sadly, she died 1.5 years later while giving birth. I was 18 at the time. At that point, I worked a lot.
When did you move out, and what did you do while you were gone?
I moved out when I was 21 years old. I had a country store for a while, but it soon failed. But after that, I was hired as a manager in a general store, but it closed in 1832, and I was jobless. I eventually became friends with a gang called the Clary Grove Boys, but I also tried to hang out with people who were a good influence. Fun fact, I was a captain in an Indian war.
When did you marry, and what were some things that happened while you were married?
I successfully married at the age of 33 on November 9, 1842. My first child was a boy, and he was born on August 1st, 1843. We decided his name would be Robert. We had our second son in 1846 and named him Edward. Sadly, in late 1849, Edward got seriously ill and died at the age of 4. We were devastated. We had our third child on December 21st, 1850. My dad eventually died in 1851. We had our fourth and final child on April 4th, 1853, and named him Thomas.
That's a lot. What were some things that happened while you were president?
I won the election in 1860. The biggest event was probably the Civil War, which started on April 12th, 1861, in order to abolish slavery. I also made the Emancipation Proclamation on September 22nd, 1862, freeing the slaves in the Confederacy. The 13th Amendment was passed on December 18, 1865, and it outlawed slavery forever.
So I know there's the Lincoln Monument, but I don't know when it was made, and were there some other things that were made in your honor?
Yes, in fact, there were. The Lincoln Monument was made in 1874. The penny, as you might know, features my face, and it was made in 1909. Sadly, I died at 7:22 a.m., April 15th, because I was assassinated.
Well, folks, there you have it. As you can see, Abraham Lincoln had a sad and crazy life. From a one-room cabin to the White House, Abraham Lincoln overcame a lot of hardship and became one of the most well-known presidents. Thanks for coming, Abe.
That sounded weird. But
I don't know when it was made, and were there some other things that sorry.
The
Was a sad and crazy